I'm back at it once again with another breaking news update. June 27th, Minister Fraser announces that now work permit holders can study for more than 6 months, essentially, part-time or full-time. Is this any good? That's the question. So, like I said, Minister Fraser has made this amazing announcement once again. I'll be honest, I'm getting fatigued with these announcements that everybody is heralding as this wonderful thing. And in principle, I get it. Yes, it is a wonderful thing in principle. But please, please understand, everybody, that this isn't nearly as joyous as it appears. So, new measures to benefit foreign workers looking to improve their skills. Hey, I do not fault the department for trying to make it easier for people to be able to improve their skills and to make themselves more employable. But I'm going to get to 3 reasons why this is not the good idea that I think they thought it was. Let's cover this announcement. It's very short. Just today, the 27th, this morning, they give their traditional spiel on saying why it's so important, immigration for our economy, filling critical labor shortages. And so the goal is to have people take additional education to improve their skills, make them possibly a better fit for the areas in which our labor market is experiencing gaps. And so you can see Minister Fraser here announced a new temporary measure that removes the limit on the length of study programs. What was the limit? It was 6 months that temporary foreign workers can enroll without a study permit. So you can still get a study permit and study as long as you want. This just removes the need to get a study permit if you're already on a work permit. Now, we don't have the exact program delivery instructions to show. At least I couldn't find them yet because this was just announced. And that's usually how it works, right? Minister Fraser will jump on and he'll make this great big announcement, and then we'll sort out the details later. Figure it out, department. That's what happens. So starting immediately, so that is immediately, foreign workers will have the opportunity to seek additional training and education that can help them in their careers. Great. I don't fault this. This is a good thing. I don't think anyone would argue that it's great for people to be able to improve their skills and to develop in ways that will make them more employable. I get it. This measure will also help foreign workers expand their future job prospects and increase their opportunities to transition to permanent residence. Okay. Here's my first issue, the very, very first one. Temporary foreign workers need pathways to permanent residence right now. They don't need more debt, going to school, taking more programs when they do not have a pathway to permanent residence. This is the issue. So, Minister, what you need to do is to actually establish a pathway to permanent residence. That's what you need to do. And you have the tools. They don't need to go and take more training and things that, in some world would appear to make them more employable. Many of them are already working. Help them to transition. You've got this massive backlog of post-grad work permit holders who are waiting. There's been no CEC draws. What the heck? What is going on? So this is a huge issue. They need pathways now, not more announcements on ways for them to spend more money in school. Yes, when they get things stable. Yes, when they have a career that is actually founded on them having economic and immigration stability. Like, yes, I get it. That's a great time then to have people go back to school and not to pay 3 times the tuition that they would normally pay if they were a permanent resident. So I'll leave it at that. You can see prior to this change, they could work for programs of 6 months or less. For longer programs, they had to apply separately for a study permit. And this has been a barrier for those who wish to improve their education and receive more training, including those needed to upskill or validate their foreign credentials through certain programs. Once again, validation and upskilling, I get it. I totally get it. But the reality is, you guys, this is not the way forward. It's not. Wait till they get permanent residence, then you have the ability to sort it out freely. But I've got other issues, okay? It's not just that temporary foreign workers need pathways. Here's another massive issue. And actually, maybe I shouldn't jump to that one so quick. I'm going to keep you holding off. With this new 3-year measure, foreign workers can study full-time or part-time while their work permits are valid or until the expiration of the policy with no restrictions on the length of the program. Okay? So on the surface, hey, this is great. I can study full-time. Wait, hold the fort here. Put the brakes on. Do they not know Canadian work experience is not counted if you're studying full-time? It's not whether you hold a study permit, it's whether or not you're studying full-time. And if you scroll down, and many people won't, they won't read the quotes, okay? They won't scroll down to the quick facts, because buried in the quick facts is the most idiotic thing that I could think of. They remind everybody, any Canadian work experience gained during a period of full-time study does not count towards eligibility for express entry through the Canadian Experience class, nor can students earn comprehensive ranking system points. Holy crap. Okay, you were saying this is going to help someone transition to permanent residence, but at the same time, you're encouraging people to destroy their chances of qualifying through one of the only programs that most international students can qualify through. So yeah, do I have an issue? And no, this doesn't help. However, this temporary policy could help more foreign nationals increase the likelihood that they receive an ITA. Okay, really? How is that? They say candidates may be able to increase their score, for example, achieving a higher level of education or by gaining qualifying work experience during part-time studies. Okay, part-time studies, I get it. Sure, you could do part-time and work, and it's full-time that triggers the barrier. But full-time studies is going to completely hose them. The extra 15 points or 30 points that you get for studying times the 3 times the tuition that students are paying times the extra delay in not being able to count the work experience is literally just, I don't get it. Like, I don't understand this. If you're going to do something, minister, then provide a one-time exemption to this barrier of people studying full-time and not being able to claim work experience. Okay? Because right now, what this is saying is that international students who are studying full-time in school and who work part-time can't count that experience. Where does that come from? Like I said, right here, if you look at the Canadian Experience class, the regulations baked right into the regulations. Hey, they can't just up and change this without a lengthy process, but they can do a fancy little announcement saying, blah, blah, look at what we've done here. Look at section 3A. For any period during which the foreign national was engaged in full-time study shall not be included in calculating a period of work experience for the Canadian Experience class and for any comprehensive ranking system points that you want to be awarded. So you can see here that although on the surface this sounds like a great deal, that people can study for longer than 6 months, that they can study full-time if they want to, don't do it. Okay, third reason, I'm going to wrap it up with this. The third reason why I think it's a bad idea is, let's pull it up right here. Studying full-time and working full-time, you guys, equals poor grades and poor work performance. So you're not going to do as well in school, which high academic achievement in your post-secondary studies is going to give you a greater chance of getting those top jobs than, having some other industry-related training. It's just, if you want to succeed, you need to do well in school. And if you're also trying to work full-time and study full-time, my goodness, I've been there. I know what it's like. Something is going to suffer. And if you're putting your time into grades, then work's going to suffer. And who is the pillar? Like, let me jump back here. What is the most important part of obtaining permanent residence in Canada? It's Canadian work experience. And it's employers who are willing to maybe get a labor market impact assessment for you. What is that? What is the labor market impact assessment? Well, the reality is that LMIA is going to give you an extra 50 points plus 40 extra points, up to 40 extra points for that job offer alone. So, Minister, thank you. I appreciate you coming on and, providing another announcement. But my goodness, you guys, huge issues once again. You just have to realize that this is not nearly as good as it would appear. So, Minister, if I flip back here to the other screen, I just want to reiterate again these factors. One, well, okay, I better get some screen up here for everybody to see. So for this lovely announcement here, the temporary foreign workers need a pathway to PR now. Canadian work experience. Why would you ever want to study full-time if you're not getting points for your Canadian work experience, which is essential for PR? And then last but not least, for all of you, you can't study full-time and work full-time and expect to be excellent in both. So just don't do it. All right. Mark Holthe signing off, hopefully giving you some indication of why these announcements are just not measuring up. Take care.